What's up, y'all? Alex here in Brampton, Ontario, the suburban city in the Greater Toronto area, just northwest of the city of Toronto itself. And I just got off that over there. That's the Routes 33 Go Bus. I took it from Yorkdale Terminal. It was a 40-minute ride, and it is a beautiful day here in Brampton. As you can see, we're here in the downtown core. Actually, it's actually not really a downtown core. This is known as the downtown Brampton district, where it's undergoing a revitalization. And I'm not sure why the hell I said my intro like that. But yeah, Brampton is just northwest of Toronto in the region of Peel. It's been quite a while since I've been to Brampton. It is just before 12:30 p.m. on Friday, September 27th, I think. Or is it the 26th? Oh yeah, it's the 26th. I keep mixing it up. And yeah, we're just gonna meander around here. It's been well over a year since I've done a walking video around downtown Brampton. And although I've become less fond of the city nowadays, I still decided to pay a visit. Some nice art here. In fact, this is the only nicest part of the city, in my opinion, because the rest of Brampton is just, oh man, it's car-centric, and I have even managed to explore those areas. You need a car to get around Brampton. But I've already been here over the past several years. I've already tested my patience. But I think that's something I'm going to do after this video. Well, actually, there's some elevators I want to film in the area, and then I want to make a few videos on Brampton Transit. I'm thinking of taking the 561 to Mount Pleasant Station, and then maybe the 505. This is very nice here. I don't know why Brampton has cool art. Here's Garden Square, and we're walking south on the west side of Main Street. And this here is Queen Street. Like I said, I've done many walking videos. Actually, not many. I think 2 over the past several years. This is my 3rd one. I mean, I don't often come to Brampton, especially because this city's not even the greatest, to be honest. As you guys know, people love to hate on Brampton just because of the huge Indian population. There's lots of bad drivers. The scariest shit tends to go down here. It's unbelievable. But only go to Brampton just to visit the downtown, because this area is, like I just said, it's the only nicest area of Brampton. Not to offend anybody that lives here. I mean, my grandma used to live in Brampton for many, many years when I was a kid. I used to go up to her house in the typical built-up suburbs. Here's the Brampton City Hall. So I'm quite familiar with this area. And this is the only walking video I'm going to make at Brampton. I'm not going anywhere else to make a walking video but here. Let's get a thumbnail first. I see a squirrel over there. Don't know how long or short of a walk this is going to be. Here's Wellington Street, and then there's Gage Park and the Brampton sign. And Brampton has the largest South Asian population in the country. Let's check out Gage Park. Here's a map of the area. Yeah, so actually this is called the Brampton Innovation District. It's still downtown Brampton to me. But like I said, they are revitalizing the area, which is actually cool to see. There's the Peel Art Gallery and Museum. There's a Brampton squirrel holding a nut. We'll check out, we'll quickly walk through the park here, and then we'll maybe head up back to Queen, and then we'll walk east. And this is a nice park, I must say. And there's another look at the City Hall. Again, there's a few elevators I want to check out after this video, and then I am going to go on a bus ride around town and check out the car-centric suburbs of Brampton, which of course are very terribly designed. And I have already walked them a few times. I remember walking along Steeles Avenue, Airport Road, to name a few. And you know, I have to wonder to myself why politicians want to develop car infrastructure and not prioritize low-income populations that have to rely on public transit. And Brampton Transit isn't even that frequent. It's not as bad as Durham Region Transit, but the Zoom buses, which is like the BRT style network, the friggin' 561 runs every 20 minutes, and the 505. The only true frequent routes that are around here are the 501 Queen, because that's the busiest, and then the 502, which runs along Main. Now we're on George Street. I gotta prepare myself to be here for at least 3 hours because I'm gonna be waiting in between buses. And then getting home is probably gonna be even more difficult. I'm probably gonna hop back on the GO bus. I think my final destination is gonna be Bramalea. Well, at least Bramalea City Center, and then I'll just take the bus back to Yorkdale and get stuck in traffic. But what choice do I have? I don't want to take the long way like I did last year. I took the 5 all the way to Vaughan, and then the subway down, and I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna risk paying another $7 on Presto card. Hey, there's a freight train. Yes, Brampton GO Station is also around here. That's on the Kitchener line. And there's a bus terminal for local buses. This is not a bad area at all. But once you go out to like the outer parts of the city, you're gonna have a hard time navigating on foot, maybe even on transit, and I'm about to test that myself. But as long as I'm not walking anywhere, that's totally fine. There's a Sunset Grill here. Now here's Queen Street. Also doing construction here. Okay, let's keep walking up here, and then maybe I'll head back down to Queen, and then we'll walk east. Maybe we'll end up at the public library. Also, Brampton is known as Flower City. Why is that? Suggest you look it up. I filmed an elevator in here before. Yeah, this one. It's a Northern. Now we're walking back up towards the bus terminal where I started this video. Apparently there are plans to extend the Huron-Ontario LRT all the way up here. That's gonna be in the next freaking 30 years. All the way from Brampton Gateway, which isn't far from here actually. They're gonna tunnel it to downtown Brampton. That's gonna be good. Especially because, of course, Peel Region desperately needs better rapid transit. It's gonna take a while. You know how Metrolinx does things. See, extending the planned Huron-Ontario LRT from the Gateway Terminal Station at Steeles Avenue to the Brampton GO Station will support economic growth, job creation, development. Yeah, I support that, but when things go wrong, when you task things to the provincial government, well, you know shit's gonna hit the bed. Or, sorry, hit the fan, rather. Oh yeah, Brampton's also a Via Rail station. You can catch trains to Stratford, London, and I think Sarnia. Oh boy, it's getting hot already. I mean, it may be fall, but it sure as hell still feels like summer. Okay, you know what? Why don't we go this way? Let's go this way. Check out the residential part here. These are obviously new condos. Check out the fall colors though. Fall is definitely in full swing. So there's the train station. And then we'll walk down Elizabeth Street. And we'll head east along Queen. Oh yeah, we're now walking on Nelson Street. And now we're not. Also, if you're a transit enthusiast like me, I mean, I'm not a bus foamer anymore like so many of y'all. But Brampton Transit does have some pretty cool buses, from their new Flyer hybrids to their used D40LFs, and even second-gen Novas. And I hear the units from 2005 and 2006 will be retiring as soon as possible, so I want to try and catch one. Those second-gen Novas are so freaking cool. I wish TTC went ahead with ordering them, but they always went with Orion back then in the 2000s. But it's okay though. It's definitely worth the trip. It was even worth it coming here to check out the older D40LFs. I decided to sacrifice myself and make the long-ass trek up here. Obviously, I prefer Mississauga, because Mississauga is more livelier, it's more nicer. But when you gotta go to Brampton, it's a bit far, but at least it takes around 40 minutes to get from Yorkdale to up here. It's going to be a little bit of an interesting day for me, to say the least, because we're going to be riding buses around town after. I'm just worried about my timing and the fact that I'll have to wait for certain buses. Now we're walking east on Queen Street. So we're covering a bit of ground here. Hopefully we can get this video to about 20 minutes. I'm gonna check out some elevators that I have missed while I was here. Come to think of it, the last time I was in downtown Brampton was July 31st, 2024. But the most recent time I was in Brampton was at the Bramley City Center, which is a shopping mall. That was back in April. There's a Brampton Transit bus, and it's a second-gen Nova from 2008. You can tell by the fleet number. Other than that, beautiful day. It's hot. It won't be long until the temperatures get cooler and more leaves change color. So there's where I was, Gage Park, Brampton City Hall. And we'll end things off at the public library. We just got to cross Main Street, which is also known as Highway 2. Or sorry, excuse me, Highway 10. It's a very busy thoroughfare in Peel region. Think of it like Yonge Street. Looks like they redid the sidewalk up ahead. I'm gonna quickly cross. I know it doesn't say don't walk, but light's still green. Smells like Indian food here, but that's no surprise because, you know, again, Brampton has a huge Indian population and they've opened up lots of Indian restaurants and so forth. I love Indian food. It's a lot of people have been speaking out against immigration, but we're not going to get into that because it's a controversial topic. And even people on social media make fun of this place because they say that this isn't Canada, but India. So can't tell if that's a good or bad joke. I can think of other jokes here, but yeah, you're right. So last time I was walking through here, just an ambulance responding. They were doing work around here. I have to say, they did a pretty good job. I had some flowers, trees here. Yeah, because last time walking around here, it was difficult to navigate all the freaking construction. Here's Theater Lane. And there is the library. So we're gonna wrap up the video pretty soon. I'll go inside, check it out. I know there's a Series 1 elevator in there. And I think there might be another elevator in this building. This is a bank here, unless there's other offices. And there's the train line. Oh, Algoma University is also here. I think it's based in Sault Ste. Marie, which is like 7 hours away from here. All right, so let me get another thumbnail about any of the cars. I think I got one. All right, it's nearing 12:50, so that gives me time to explore more of the area, albeit off camera. This is Carnegie Lane, like Carnegie Hall in New York. Right. And then as you continue walking east, you know what it becomes? A freaking road. That's where this truck is heading. So that's when it gets worse. Very, very bad. I've already walked that area. We're gonna do it again. Cause fuck that shit. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos. Check out my others as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Wish me luck. I have a little bit of an adventure ahead of me to conquer around Brampton. Take care, adios, and peace out. Bye-bye.